just want to come to you today just to let you know that tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, we will be doing Love, Lies, and Life. We will be talking about fathers who do not take care of their children, but will take care of someone else's child. So what do you think about that? Tune in tonight, October 3rd, 2019. Topic: men who do not take care of their children, but they will take care of someone else's. I have a question. Do you know a woman who's done this before? Let me know. Tune in tonight. Has it happened to you? How do you feel? How are you raising your children since your father left? Did it affect you in any way? Let's talk about it. Tune in tonight. Peace, family. And I am going to start here. 5, 4, 3, 2.
We're live.
Oh, hey everybody. Oh, it looks so much better on the phone, does it not? It looks really good. So, hello everybody. This is tonight's episode of Love, Lies, and Life. And I have a special guest with me here tonight. I have a special guest with me here tonight, and tonight's topic, I'm going to let her introduce herself, but I want to give you tonight's topic before we begin. Tonight's topic is fathers who absolutely do not take care of their kids. They abandon their children, but yet they love, they nurture, they provide financially, emotionally, physically for someone else's children. So that's the topic tonight: fathers who abandon their children yet take care of someone else's children. I'm your host tonight, Rosanna Eisen, and my lovely special co-host tonight,
Lachey, also known as Lakeisha.
Oh.
We are jokes. We love to joke,
yes,
but we're serious tonight. We're going to be serious.
We are serious. Come on in the room. I'm new to this, so I'm trying to see if anybody's coming on in and commenting or anything like that. So we started a little late.
Well,
I'm sorry about that. We have one viewer.
We have a viewer.
Oh.
Hey, Tazzy. She will be awesome as well to give her input.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
So I can see that she can comment on here.
Yeah.
Tell us what you think. So we're going to just jump into it.
Can you hear us, Taz? Let's see.
Classy Tassie. Oh, I
Classy
love
Tassie.
that. Classy
Shout out.
Tassie. Shout out to Classy
But yes,
Tassie.
to give a little background on who we are
Mm-hmm.
to each other, this is actually my ex-aunt-in-law.
Yes.
So we're actually hitting on something that's very sensitive.
Exactly.
That we both have dealt with. I was married to her nephew.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be transparent. What I love about her, she keeps it real, and she always have.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a delicate subject. We're going to keep it general, but we actually are touching on something that she's seen from the beginning to where it is now.
Exactly.
So I would love for you to start kind of on what made you choose this topic.
It happens a lot. This is something that happens in our community far too much. And I'm not going to say I'm a victim. I'm going to say I'm a victor of it. I'm a victor. Mm-hmm. I'm not a victim. I'm a victor. And I'm not celebrating being a single mother and a single parent, but I'm saying that I survived. I survived. Because, there you go. The television is the opposite. I survived being a strong black woman. A term that I absolutely, positively do not like at all, because strong says that I had to endure a whole bunch of things on my own. Mm-hmm. I'm a woman. I'm feminine to the 10th power. And so people look at me. I've raised my son and I raised my daughter, and they say, oh, you're a strong black woman. So that in itself, at first I took that as a badge of honor. Yeah, baby, I could do it by myself. I should not have had to do it by myself. It wasn't fair to me. It wasn't fair to my children. It's just not fair. The proverb says that it takes a village
To raise.
a child. So why did I have to do it on my own? It's because these men that I chose,
We're not gonna be victims. We're gonna have, that's another topic another day. We're not victims. You cannot stay in a state of victim. We made our choice.
Yeah. So I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I don't like what happened, but I'm an overcomer. I am also a child of kind of like abandonment. My father had another family, and he did things with his family. So this is a generational curse.
You're coming from both sides of
I'm
it.
coming from both sides of it. This is something that I never would have ever wanted for myself. Neither my kids. I'm going to lower this a little bit.
You know what I do like about something that you said today and you just stated? We do celebrate being strong black women.
Do.
And then when you broke it down to, we're not racist, we're not in any of those things, but you don't hear, I'll say, other cultures
you don't hear them say
that's a strong blah blah woman, but you hear that in our culture of black women, we're strong. We should not, it's strength in what we do, but that should not be, it's like we're labeled because of what we're going through.
Exactly. That doesn't make any sense. Strong in terms of being abused, being left alone, working two jobs, doing the woman's job and the man's job by myself. That is not a label. And when I was younger, I could say I could do it all by myself. No, I couldn't. I should not have had to. So in some areas I was winning, in some areas I was losing because I had to do two things one time, two kids, separate schools. I mean, I ran myself crazy, but thank God that I'm alive. So we're going to back this whole thing up and ask you,
Tess,
what do you think about fathers who have abandoned their children, yet
take care of other people, children, love, support, undergird. I'm going to run to see this young lady dance.
Yes.
But your child is within the same park playing football.
Come on now.
But you're supporting the other person.
Exactly. So
what was your story on, if you want to go?
Okay, well, I'll tell you my story. I guess basically, like I said, it stems from childhood for me. I'll start with my childhood. For me, I had a father, but he had another family. She had children, and so they got all of the benefits of being in the house with my father. Now, my mother remarried. That's not my father, so I didn't get treated the same way that my brother got treated. So when I grew up, I said, I never want to have a stepfather in the house. I wanted my children to be loved by their father. So first baby that I had at the age of 29, making 30, that didn't work out. So it wasn't like I just picked a random person. It just didn't work out. He said that he didn't want kids. He wanted me to have, basically he wanted me to have an abortion. And I was like, not going to do it. Not going to happen. So he was like, I'm out. So in the beginning, he told me that he wasn't going to do it. I'm talking about first trimester. So this is a
what
person.
What made you conquer that? What made you choose to go the opposite route? What was that voice in you?
The child did not ask to come here, number one. And number two is children are gifts. Okay, so then I had to say to myself, I mean, I had a lot of stuff on the table, honey. I was supposed to be going on tour. I had just gotten off a tour with Wyclef Jean. September, going till September album. I had just gotten home in that April. I see somebody from my past. I was like, okay, I think you're grown up now. That's the past.
Keep that noted. Put a pin, the past.
This was somebody from my past, and I should have never, ever given this guy a chance. I mean, but I was gullible. I had been on the road. I had seen a lot of different things. It was close to Valentine's Day. That's why I wrote that stage play. You're worth more than that. We'll talk about that later at another day, that you're worth more than that. I just was, messed up. I would say Christianity messed me up in terms of sticking and staying in relationships that I should not have stuck and stayed in. I know I'm going off. What was your question again?
No, but you creating the foundation. Right now, what I hear you doing is you're creating the state of mind you were in that began a relationship of your child, the father.
Right.
One of the men who had a
he was from a broken family as well. He didn't have a father. And one of the things he told me was, I ain't had no daddy. Look at me. Look at you. You're broken. You're messed up. You're messed up.
I'm hearing something.
You're broken.
Most of the time, and I've said this before, our relationships are mirrors of what's in us. A lot of times we're dealing with people off of what is in you. When I want to party and dance, I was dealing with the dude who loved to party and dance. When I wanted to be a little more calm, I dealt with maybe the homebody. Nevertheless, you were dealing with something that was in you. You said something of brokenness, and it sounds like he was broken as well.
But that's not what he showed me. See, we meet people's representative.
Yeah.
And he was showing me his representative. All he wanted to do was divide and conquer. And, later he was like, yeah, I had been after you for quite some time and you wouldn't give it up and blah, blah, blah. So basically he wanted to divide and conquer. He was never interested in having a relationship. And by the time I was almost 30, I didn't really think that I could have kids. Hey, Matthew. Hey, Matt.
All right, Matt.
Please chime in on this tonight's topic. Fathers
who do not
fathers who do not take care of their children. So, like I said, this person had been pursuing me for quite some time, and I didn't even know that he was pursuing me in that way.
So we have also a second guest, Maurice Lochner.
All right, thank you for joining. This is on Instagram on Lakeisha's page. Okay, we have a comment. I'm going to break into the comment.
All right, comment. I think we stay because, this is by Classy Tassie. I think we stay because what we don't want to be is a product, meaning a broken home father.
Exactly. You are so right. I was trying to make sure that it didn't happen. What happened to me did not happen to my children. This shirt is gonna kill. All right, this side. That the acting is my superpower is what it says. You're exactly right. That's one of the reasons why I did decide to stay, because I wanted it to be right. Women are people. We're fixers.
Yeah.
You can't fix everybody.
Yes.
Rasana. You can't fix everybody. I'm a fixer. I'm a teacher. I make people who don't understand. I make those people who need to understand something or fix something or do something. That's what I do. Guess what? That didn't work in my personal life and in my relationship.
There's something in that because my storyline was I didn't see a lot of affection as a child coming up with mine in my home, my household. And so I began to have the pity party, I was the girl. Because I was like, why we not, why I'm not seeing so much affection? Kiss daddy, And then as I became a woman, I began to see that the was my common denominator. My was with who I married in your family.
Do not, that I can't.
Another story, another day.
But
it was I did the same thing. I believe that there was a lot of brokenness inside of me, and there was a lot of brokenness and still is with. But nevertheless, you resolved that this child did not ask to be here. So you went past.
That's right.
Okay.
All right. So the child did not. I had 9 months of crying and trying to figure out what I was going to do. And I'm ending up in a situation that I never wanted my child to be in, a fatherless. And so they say the thing that you think about most is the thing that comes upon you, right? I thought about him not being fatherless when I actually think that I caused a lot of it because of me thinking it subconsciously. And I'm not saying that he wasn't supposed to be a father, but I think I thought about that so much. That's all the universe heard. Fatherless. I don't want fatherless. Don't want to have a fatherless child. And so the universe kept hearing what I was saying in terms of fatherless and not saying, I should have been wording that my son will have a father instead of saying my son will not be fatherless. That's all it heard. Because I wasn't wording it right. The power of the tongue is amazing. So,
So jumping forward, we go to the present day, and you saw something that triggered this thought.
Amazingly enough, what triggered this thought was that I was at an event with the person who fathered a child with me. A voice tells me to look over my shoulder, and I see the man who fathered my child trying to avoid me. He had his back turned. He was ashamed that he was there supporting somebody else's child. Now let me do a disclaimer. The hurt has been done. I don't think that the relationship will sever, but I prayed that God would do it, but it just didn't happen. So I'm going to just basically say that particular day, his father was... Hey, thank you for joining. His father was at the game. Vino. Hi, 504 Vino. Thank you for joining.
He's a good father.
Oh, hey. Good. I'm glad that we have some good fathers on here. Matthew, I know that you are a good father as well. So basically, I saw the... let me start with this. It don't hurt no more.
Good.
Let's start with that. It doesn't hurt anymore. This is abnormal to the 10th power that you see the father of your child and you don't speak and he act like he don't know you and you're passing like two ships in the night like strangers. But I look over and I'm saying, here you are trying to support a child who's, nothing against it, not yours. And your son is performing on a stage at a concert
in the
same area, but yet you chose to be somewhere else. That is so crazy to me. But I want to reflect on this. It don't hurt no more. That would have tore me up. I would have been saying, why he didn't want to come and see my child? Why he didn't want to come and see my child? Like, why? It just doesn't hurt anymore. Thank you, Teddy Pendergrass, for making that song. It don't hurt no more. It don't hurt now. It don't hurt now. But that's abnormal. It should not happen. I would love a solution. If anybody has any solutions out there, please tell me what the solution would be. So, thank you, Antonio, for joining. Hey, we got some questions?
We have a comment by Classy Tazzy. One thing I learned from my experience is we can't change a man.
Right.
Most likely he wasn't raised right to begin with.
It's so true, but like I said, my brokenness attracted brokenness. My brokenness attracted brokenness. And
you mirror the reflection. You mirror what's in you.
You mirror what is in you. Even though I'm a good person and I haven't really been with anybody in a relationship. My son is 20. My daughter is 16. They've never saw me with a man. That's something that I chose to do, is not bring anybody into the house. I didn't see any good fits when I raised them. That'll be a different, once they're gone. He's gone. He's in LA. But my daughter, she's still here. And I just wanted her to be in a loving relationship. And sometimes it's good that the man doesn't come around because they're no good for the child.
Sometimes a lot of people are broken by saying I was raised with a single parent. I was raised, thankfully, in a two-parent home. But there's issues from that. There's sometimes things about a particular parent that is not good. My situation, it was better for me to not have stayed in my marriage because he brought the most toxic side of me. And I guess vice versa with me. It didn't last. So sometimes it's a blessing. And I think what we do is we put this image so high in our mind about how life should be. And then when it doesn't happen, we're so distorted. When we sometimes can either have the cliche, and I hate saying it, make lemons out of lemonade. Sometimes you have to pull out the blessing of what's going on. Pull out the blessing where your life is. So here it is. As a single parent, I'm more happier. I mean, I struggled. That's a different topic. It hurts. It's a lot of things that they see me have to go through and persevere. But I was better off releasing the toxic relationship because it brought out the worst in me. So that does not take away, and we all do need to get back on topic, it's not taking away the fact that I had a child with this person, but the title did not work for us to produce the most healthiest. And I actually did go through that. The topic of why is it that a man would not want to deal with his child? Maybe it's because of the woman. Maybe it's because of the issues that's in you. But how do you still go and deal with other people's children? How do you still deal with other people's children? Why can't you incorporate? And I'm not saying because if I'm with somebody, I'm gonna expect. Okay, this just hit me like a ton of bricks. What type of woman are you to be with a man
that don't spend no time with their children. What type of woman are you that he never gives his children any money? What type of woman are you that you saying you don't want that person's child around? What's the matter with you?
The woman, she's talking about the woman who is dating the man. If there's the person, my ex-husband dated a woman, married her, and she had never met the kids, it's no way I'm going further into anything with any man until I see what's connected to you. So you're more you're more interested in a warm body. But you got to remember, it's the whole package that's being being married when you deal with a man.
I cannot speak on his situation. All I can say is I would tell him, being that I'm your aunt and you have children 2-3 blocks away from here, you can't come to my house. You can't come to my house without seeing your kids. That's the first. I used to be on the door like this. Did you go around the corner? Did you see your children? Man. Well, then you can't come here because I don't want that type of energy. And then he would always throw up my ex-husband in my face talking about, that's why I side with such and such because, he right. I'm like, I got a house, son. This is my house, and you ain't walking past this threshold because you didn't go see your children. And I never wanted to be the type of sister or aunt or friend that's like, all in the other woman's face, knowing that you have children. I've never been like that, and I appreciate that you can see that in me. I never was that type of person to be two-faced. That's what I'm going to say, because my children didn't have their aunts and uncles and cousins. They will never know these people, but I tried to make sure that I knew my nieces and nephews. Hold on a second. We have a statement from Matthew. Fatherhood, I'm sure, is like motherhood in the beginning. There's so much uncertainty and lack of knowledge of what to do next. Some parents run away, while in others there's a great calling to be the best parent possible. Mothers, I don't know now, because I asked, do you know of one case? This shirt is going to kill me. Do you know of one case that a woman has left her children and went and raised somebody else's children?
Look, we have a comment as well.
We're going to get to that comment, but I just want to say, you're saying fatherhood is like motherhood. I don't know of any women. I ask, is there any woman that you know that birthed some children, left them children, and went took care of another woman's children? We have to leave our children and go take care of other women's children for a paycheck. I was a teacher for 27 years. So I did have to leave my children to go take care of some other people's children for 27 years. I didn't get to see their first day of school. Some things that I couldn't go on because I had to leave. But I had to leave my children because of the type of job that I had. Not that I actually went and raised somebody else's children. I wasn't in a relationship with a man. We're going to take these other questions. Thank you, Matt, for that question. Somebody else chimed in too.
We have a man mind.
Okay.
We have Ashley said, Cornell, sorry, but you, so she's dealing with a situation right now. 504 Vino, I believe some men act certain ways based on experience.
Okay.
Classy Tassie agrees.
He
says some men don't know how to treat women or a family because they haven't been taught how.
And I would agree with you on that. I've never had everything that I need, but I'm a good mother. I'm a better mother than I had. Because I was like, I'm not going to do this to my children. I'm going to make sure that they have something that I've never had. Now, my mother did the best that she could. I'm not saying that she was horrible, but there's some things that is not right. And you know that as a child. It's not right. This situation is not conducive for me.
My response to that is, it's not so much that we have to accept the things that hurt us or the things we don't like, but there is a space of understanding you have to have. So I understand that there are not a lot of whole homes, meaning there's a lot of broken homes.
Yes.
So there was not the image of, okay, this is what a father does, so on and so forth. So a lot of men keep that pattern on. But I feel that as women, we don't have that excuse.
We don't have no excuses. I have to do it. I'm sorry.
We don't have that excuse. It's kind of like, suck it up, do it, and it hurts. It's a hurtful thing to just be like, there's a lot of imbalance when it comes to two people producing and then the other person just gets to go. And then once again, relating back to the topic, it's like then you go and then you deal with other people's children
and nurture other people's children. And I just don't understand it. Fathers, I'm asking you to take a stand, and I don't know. I guess it could never be like a woman, because late nights, early mornings, sick children, whatever else we have to do, like nothing can compare to a mother. And there's some fathers, and I could say nothing can compare to a father. So it's different and it's separate. Play your part, and don't leave women such as myself to play both parts, because like I said, when I was at one thing, I was missing something else. I was watching Cassidy do the pictures whereby I couldn't be with Rasan for his, because I'm one person. And he probably didn't want me there seeing his stuff anyway, because he's a grown-up. But still, I still want to be like, hey, when you look in the audience, I want you to know that your mother was there, because my mother came and did a lot of things with me in my art. That was the one time that I felt like we were connected and bonding, but that was through music for me. But that was my thing. But that's a whole nother story. But
it's an awesome thing for those men who are doing their part.
Yes,
who are standing strong despite what they have been through. Where there are some men who did opposite of what was given to them, and that's one thing that I'm trying to teach my son. If your father wasn't there for you, you be the best father.
Exactly.
If you didn't see or the type of man that you wanted to be, you become that. You seek that. You research that. You find men that you say, you know what, I like what you're doing. Go talk to them. Go mentorship. Is very important. And they say pride coming before the fall, so it's nothing to be prideful about. Hey, I didn't get it. Look, I wasn't taught how to cook. You know how to cook? Okay, I'm coming over to learn how to do them. You have to seek, and you have to seek to find.
That's right.
So it's a beautiful thing, and I don't do all. There's some men, there's some women, not all. I don't do that category. But for those who are not, that's what we're dealing with. It hurts.
It does.
It's a brokenness that continues to be passed on, and a lot of people have to deal with that.
A lot of people. So brokenness begots brokenness, but I'm trying to do the best that I can. Like my son, and he hates for me to talk about this, but this is going to heal somebody else. He's angry with the person that's the closest to him. I'm doing all that I can. I get the backlash of what you would really want to tell your father. Yeah. I get it. Like, and it's so unfair.
Yeah. And this is what I told my son. I said, this is how you're acting right now in life. What has hurt you are things that you hate. You're attacking what loves you and supports you. So it's like you saying, I have to deal with what's going on internally in him because of maybe being hurt that your father isn't there. But that's not the way you do it. To me, you live for the love. You live for the support. You deal with the issue of pain. But I think I don't like the power that's given over to someone who has hurt you, and then now you become that. Don't become your pain.
Exactly. That's really good. Do not become your pain. Yeah. So I would like to offer, I always would say, well, they can't see that on screen though. I would always say, oh dog, I lost my.
So we have a comment. I love this.
Well, thank you.
Y'all should do this once a week.
We do.
Sassy agrees.
Thank you.
We gotta pull her in.
Come on to the balcony. Yeah, come on to the balcony overlooking the city of New Orleans. I should have had some drinks and stuff for us up here.
People know I get hot flashes.
You get hot flashes right now?
Yes.
Dang, this early.
God, that surgery.
Oh, all right. Sorry about that. People, we act like y'all wasn't.
I want to talk about that. That was. I mean, that's another topic, another day.
Yeah, I women. You need love and you need hugs, and you deserve to love yourself the way you loved everybody else. I read that today and I was like, if I loved me the way I've given out so much love, y'all would think that I was Beyonce. Because I would have an alter ego. I mean, I'm just saying the love that I've given to myself, I'll be like, oh, you are all that. You're this and you're that. But because of the being both parts, the mother and the father, to me, it dimmed my light. Yeah. I'm finally getting my light back. Like right now, this is a perfect example. I've always wanted to do podcasting, and here I am. I just woke up 3 weeks ago and said, doggone it, I'm going to do it.
And thank you.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
More people, more to come.
Yep.
Basically, this is not downing guys. We're saying,
well, look, Fridays on the balcony.
oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
We can do
come,
that.
Come on with your ideas.
We can do that.
Says.
Yes, we can do that. Well, I don't know some because this is my Airbnb girl, and I be renting this Airbnb. That's why I was doing Wednesday nights at 7. And this morning you called me. You wanted to talk to me, and you wanted to pour out into me. I hope this has helped somebody. I'm being very transparent. I hope nobody uses this against my son and say, "Oh, your daddy don't love you." They did that to him before because his father was a football coach. Rasan is brainiac. He's not the sports type of guy. And the kids laughed at him and teased him so badly because his father was a football coach. Rasan never played football a day in his life. And it was like, you don't know your daddy? Oh, Mrs. So-and-so did this for me. Mrs. So-and-so bought this for me. Mrs. So-and-so did that for me. And he didn't get to experience that because his daddy was too busy playing daddy to other people's children. Looking for, to me, an opportunity for one of those kids to become a football star so he can ride their coattail when you have a brilliant son of your own who's going to be famous. Mark this day, October the 3rd, 2019.
He's doing great things right now. This is where I want to be. I want to be in California. I'm
too.
going to California.
I want to do half the stuff that he's done at such an early age. Like I'm just saying.
Oh, check him out, you all. If you don't mind, shout him out.
The Adonai. He is on Facebook and Instagram. He did the free water concert.
And the other one.
The other one was the what was that thing? That big concert. Oh my God!
But something it was
really big.
Yeah.
I forget. Oh my God! I don't know. I'm getting older, but
that's an awesome thing to end off the podcast. And thank everyone for just popping in, waving, hello, saying your comments. Taz said yes, we are going. We've been wanting to go to California.
Oh, okay, good. He out there.
End it off,
it's expensive.
Fathers that have abandoned, but listen, her son is doing awesome. We all perseveres. Awesome. I just want to encourage all the single mothers.
We love you, single mothers.
Fathers who are doing what they're supposed to do.
We love you, single fathers.
You're doing so much that you don't even know by injecting that into the community, into the world, into your children, and then they become more and they extend it. So, thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh, thank you for inviting me to talk about some things that are really painful.
Said I love y'all.
Oh, we love you too. We want our kids to be, when they were little, we got pictures of them. We were like, they're so beautiful. I'm not saying that your kids are not beautiful. Don't take this the wrong way. But our kids just had these looks, and I showed her a picture of baby Greg.
Really, really cute.
Like
babies.
The model in him is fierce. Hey family, it's Rosanna Eisen with Love, Lies, and Life. I just wanted to give you a little bit of information about this upcoming show on Wednesday. We're probably going to be talking about the woman that was shot inside of her home at 2:30 a.m. by a police officer. Now, this is the second time that someone has been... Well, no. Let me correct that. This is not the second time. This happens over and over and over again. And because of body cameras, now we're able to see what's going on. But this happens quite often. He didn't identify himself. He said he felt threatened, and he shoots. He shoots her dead. So we as African Americans can't feel safe going to the store. We can't feel safe standing in front of a store. We can't feel safe driving down the street. And now we can't feel safe inside of our own homes. Let's talk about it. Meet me Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, right here. Love, Lies, and Life.